hoodie on, man. Let me ask you something. Are you truly living, or are you just existing in this world that we live in? Are you, waking up every day feeling motivated, feeling confident, feeling passionate, excited about another opportunity to, make some shape? Or are you just kind of going through the motions and just going with the way of the wind? It's easy to confuse survival with living. I feel like a lot of us kind of have that feeling of emptiness, or that nagging feeling in the back of our head that there's something more. Or, even that little voice in the back of our head that says like, this can't be it. There's more to life than just what's going on right now. And that's going to be the discussion for today. The difference between, existing and truly living. So yeah, man, it's your boy LGS AP, man, back with another video. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it, man. There's a interesting kind of threshold, or just like a interesting point in everybody's life where life becomes comfortable enough to where you can tolerate it, but it's not exciting enough to truly love it. And what I mean by that is, you wake up in the morning not because you're excited to wake up, because you have to, Another kind of example would be working a job to pay the bills, but it doesn't fuel your soul. It doesn't provide true fulfillment in your life. Another example would be our phones. We scroll and spend a lot of time distracting ourselves, but maybe that's just to fill the time instead of really truly feeling alive. And that's what I think is just like going through the motions. That's what I think is just existing. You're not truly alive in the moment. You're not having that feeling of feeling alive. You're just, like I said earlier, just blowing with the wind. And the scariest part about that feeling is it feels normal. It feels like that's it, that's life. You know what I mean? And I can't be a hypocrite. I've definitely had that feeling before as well. But truthfully, I don't think that we were put on this world to pay bills and die. I think there's more to life. I think there's a whole another world that we could see if we kind of change these small things in our mind and how we kind of go about life. The world around us changes as well. So it's more to living than just, being in this stagnant position, being in that threshold, like I said earlier, where you're just comfortable, but there's nothing really exciting you in life. And you kind of can just sit there and really time is going to slip by, in those moments of where I've felt complacent and just felt comfortable. That's been the moments where time flew by the quickest. And you look up, months, years go by, and we're only here for so long. So the way I look at it is I want to maximize my life doing things that are fulfilling, that are purposeful, and things that I'm passionate about. And I believe, you should, at least try to not necessarily live the same way, but you should have that kind of same mindset of, living the life that you truly want, instead of living the life that you feel like is just given to you. So what does it mean to truly live? If anybody know me, y'all know I'm not the biggest party goer. I'm not the biggest, risk taker, live life on the edge and just be reckless. Nah, but at the same time, live your life. You know what I mean? If that brings you fulfillment, by all means, go to every party in the world and turn it up. But what I mean by living isn't just, just being lit all the time. You feel me? It's more so just about living with intention. Living and chasing those high moments, and walking the talk, you know what I'm saying? Being everything you say you are gonna be, accomplishing all the goals you set out to accomplish. Existing is just like drifting, but living is deciding. Existing is just waiting for the right time, while living is creating the perfect moment for yourself. Existing is passive, it's conservative, but living is active, is on the move, it's on the go, is action based. You see what I mean? And when you wake up with a purpose, you're not just surviving on this world. No, it's intention behind it. You have things you got to do. It's things you got to make shape. It's things that you want to happen, and you are going to make happen. And the beauty behind it is, a lot of times it's the things that scare us the most that make us feel the most alive. That's why it's so important to take that first step, to dive in the water, to just see what it's like, get a taste of it, and go from there, and don't stop, because that adrenaline of fear, and just knowing that you can overcome fear by trying and doing is what makes us feel alive. And nobody's perfect. Understand that. I tell people this all the time. Nobody on earth really knows what they're doing. We all really trying to just figure it out. And everybody's life is different. Everybody has different circumstances. Everybody is in different situations. So there's no one correct way to live. So along the way, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to fail. I would recommend that you take risks. Why not? And really see what life's about, because we only got this one chance to be here. So we might as well make the most of the opportunity, especially if you get the opportunity to wake up. And that's a whole nother conversation that I can kind of go on about. We really take advantage of the little things, Some people wake up and they might not be able to see or hear or speak. Some people wake up with, missing limbs or disabilities, things like that. And they still go about their day confidently. They still go about their day, excited and, blessed to have another opportunity to get another chance at life. You know what I mean? When you get caught up in that complacent kind of mindset, it's almost like you taking advantage of a gift from God, because God didn't have to wake you up. But I ain't gonna get too deep into that. But don't feel like you deserve to wake up and to have life, or don't feel like you just deserve for everything to happen to you the way you want it to happen. If you want your dreams to come true, if you want to accomplish your goals, if you want to be a better person in the future, the version of yourself that you really want to become, it's going to take some trial and error. It's going to take some risks. It's going to take some mistakes. It's going to take some learning and some growth. But that's what living's all about. And you can't embody all of those things unless you choose to, wake up with that purpose, with that passion, with that fuel, with that flame to really, keep yourself going. If you're living a life that doesn't excite you, are you really living? Are you really alive, or are you just existing? I'm a big advocate of just getting started. A lot of 90%, it might be even more, 90% of the things that we want to accomplish are possible, but they're only possible if you get started. Now, I'm not saying that you have to just turn your whole life upside down overnight. It's not gonna just be that simple. Trust me, I understand. Like I said, we all in different circumstances and situations, so a lot of it can be a little bit more complex. However, you can tackle any challenge, any problem that you may be facing if you just get started and taking it one step at a time. So the first kind of recommendation I have is figure out what sets your heart ablaze, what sets your soul on fire, what makes you feel alive, and embrace it. You know, if you don't know what that feeling is, find it. If you already know what it is, chase it and live it. Do it every day. Why not? If it's something that makes you feel like time doesn't exist, that's the thing that you should be doing day in and day out. And it will impact your life in a positive way. Another thing is we get caught up in just going through the motions, and we just live the same regular routine of life, but we don't really realize that this routine is actually holding us back. So like I said, take a risk. Don't be afraid to, you know, break the routine and evolve it into something better, more efficient, something that can benefit you, you know, in different ways. It's so beautiful when you try something new or challenge yourself to do something new, especially if you're an ambitious individual. You know, take a risk. Let's mix it up a little bit and put yourself, I don't want to say in a more difficult position, but in an uncomfortable position, and see how you know, work your way through it and see if what you learn or how you grow from that situation. Most importantly, stop waiting for the right time. There is no right time. There is no better time than right now as we speak. If you get caught in that mindset of waiting for the right time, you're going to be waiting until the day you die, because the right time is right now. This whole conception, I spoke about this in another video, this whole kind of thought process of time is tricky, because I believe, well, I know time is man-made. We invented this concept of time to kind of keep us on schedule and keep us planning, but time really doesn't exist. If it makes sense, you live on your own timing. You know what I mean? So don't feel like there's a perfect time. I think in every situation, you know, you can start by doing something now. That doesn't mean just, you know, go all in, but like, even if you just start planning right now, or if you just start, it's kind of like before you go on a run, you got to stretch. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta, you know, gotta drink some water, gotta feel, like, it's a lot of things that you can do before you take that big leap that can prepare you for the big leap, is what I'm saying. So start now. Why wait? Wait for what? For who? Start that project, start that conversation, and make that move, because you gotta understand that the whole idea of someday I'll get started, someday it might happen, someday, one day, those days aren't promised, but this moment right here is guaranteed. One thing that I love talking about with the guys is this whole idea of, you know, change. And ironically, I'm in a change management class. Gotta be working. I'm in a change management class, and I just wrote a 5-page essay over this book called The Iceberg is Melting. And it's about change. And, you know, if you don't change, nothing in your life will change, if that makes sense. You can't expect to be different, or you can't expect different results if you don't change something about what you're doing, or if you're, because situations in our lives, the whole world is always changing every single day. So you kind of have to adapt to that change in order for yourself to keep evolving and for yourself to keep growing. One of my, you know, I don't have many fears. One of my greatest fears is waking up one day and having that feeling of regret of, man, I wish I would have started this, or man, I wish I would have done this back then. Or just realizing how many days that went by without me even trying to do the things that, you know, fill my soul. Because, I mean, the way I look at it, at the end of the day, the day got in. But nah, the way I look at it, when it's all said and done, I think I will regret the risks that I didn't take more than the risks that I did take. You know what I'm saying? So be fearless, be brave. You got it. So yeah, man, I'm ask you one more time. Are you living or are you just existing? More importantly, what are you gonna do about it? Another shot at this life isn't guaranteed. So stop waiting. You know what I mean? Stop just coasting and stop having that mindset of, I'm just getting through the day. I'm just trying to make it to the weekend. Start chasing what excites you. Start living your dream and start believing that you have the power to really turn your dreams into a reality, one step at a time. I'm not gonna take too much of y'all times. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If y'all like this type of content, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. And check out the merch, man. We got a whole new load of new merch coming in soon. I'm gonna leave a link right here. LostGeniusSociety.us. Check out our Instagram. You can check out my personal Instagram as well. All that's gonna be in the description. But yeah, man, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Y'all stay safe out there. Stay genius, keep dreaming, and remember, the future is now. Gang.